Chaperone. Chaperone. Where are you? Where has he gone? The alien mom called out to her son in a feeble voice as she was trying to nestle into her cozy kit. Chaperone was idling around lost in thought. His thoughts varied every moment. He was wondering about the good times he had while he was at the fair. He was thinking deeply about the toy he would love to own. He was losing his thoughts to many more things. Finally, he seemed to have realized that it was time for him to hit sleep. He took a 360 turn around and inched forward in sliding steps. His mom had hit her snooze button and was now in sleepland. Chaperone realized that it was time for his system to shut down and promptly hit the snooze button, but to his surprise he was unable to shut down and switch off. His thoughts began overtaking him, and his large head seemed to spin round and round, unable to take control. He tried pressing many buttons to relax his mind and to help it calm down, but to his utter dismay, nothing worked this time. He had been overworking his brain, and this is the result of such a racing mind. His mom Sturdy was in deep relaxation mode, rejuvenating her cells, when she was jolted awake by a crashing sound. She opened one of her eyes to check what was wrong and found that a creature was lurking around her, curiously checking on her. She was a little alarmed, but then slowly closed her eyes to check what this creature was and what it was planning to do. The creature had no particular shape, and as it moved, its shape kept changing. Sturdy was sensing all this with her sensors and trying to analyze the situation. By now, Chaperone was falling asleep, and he was oblivious to what was happening around. The creature kept walking about until it stopped short to look at Chaperone, and it kept staring at him sleep. It was quite disturbing as Chaperone was sound asleep by now. It continued to gaze around the area with his two peaky eyes and roam around with precision. Sturdy by now had tiptoed into Chaperone's room to observe what was happening. Strangely, this creature didn't seem to notice her. When she realized this, she went and woke Chaperone up. When he woke up, they heard a loud screeching sound with the creature disappearing into thin air. Chaperone was jolted as he didn't realize all this was happening around him. She then quickly asked him to get ready as they had to shop for a few things. She had been planning an escape for some time, and she took this as an opportunity to go away to Neverland. As they headed to the marketplace, they encountered a similar kind of creature, but they didn't pay heed. The marketplace was pretty crowded with many more aliens like them, and so they felt safe. They shopped for all what they desired, but were paranoid to return home. Shaggerty made Chaperone understand the need for a change of place as they were returning from the marketplace, and they decided to move into another planet to escape this creature bumping into them again. As they moved ahead, they realized that many more such creatures were beginning to invade the place, and they just kept bumping into them in every nook and corner. Chaperone was visibly upset and overwhelmed at the sight, and he began calculating something in his large head. But his head seemed to hurt as it was too much of a proposition to handle. He quickly pulled his lids close to escape the thoughts, but reality didn't fade away. The creatures were now all over the place, and they seemed to be growing in numbers quite rapidly. They were following someone's directions while they were invading, and so all others were scurrying for cover. Chaperone and his mom managed to get home just in time. Soon packing was done in a hurry, and they got into their little spaceship and zoomed into space. The space looked so beautiful and inviting. They went round and round maneuvering their spaceship. The planets played out their parts, the stars were shining brightly, the moon was peeking at them. The spaceship landed on a planet, quite alien to them, and they began exploring it well. Not a soul in sight. They were the first ones to inhabit the planet, or so they thought. They explored the planet from one point moving to another. Their kind of life was possible on this planet too. So they decided to settle down there for a while. Never yins what they decided to call this new home that they found. As they began emptying their spaceship of all the things they had carried, they heard a loud whooshing sound. What was it? The mystery around the sound continued until Sturdy found out that another spaceship had landed. Many were escaping from other planets to look for a safer and better place to reside. Sturdy was happy that they would not be alone, and they would not be the only aliens inhabiting Neverland. As they were thinking and mulling and processing all this in their processing unit, their upper body was taking a different shape. Wonderstruck, they tried to fix it using their units put together, but it was not in their control anymore. The mystery of the creature is no longer going to bother them from now on, or so they thought, but then comes this mystery of body disorganization. No matter what they tried, everything seemed futile. Finally, another alien had to come and help them get back in shape. Both mother and son thanked him, and so they continued to live happily cohabiting Neverland. Their life was uninterrupted for a long time till Neverland existed, and they had quite a wonderful time leading their lives, recharging when needed and enjoying it to the fullest. They had found their home finally.